Good evening, everyone. Time for me to try to get this thing going. You'll hear that my voice is not what it generally is. It's a little off. And that's because I didn't have any voice yesterday, so what I have today is best it's going to get for right now. I apologize if you can't hear me. This is the best I can do. But I'm here to say hello to everybody. Who do we have in here right now? Joe McBride, Bill Crescent, Jim Fletcher, Omaha High Guy. Got Steel Horses, Son of Silver Stacker. Who else we got in here? CMUS Omaha, Techstar. Got Party Pickle. Dennis Paulson. Hidden Numismatist. That is me. Actually, in fact, it is me. It doesn't sound like me, but it is me. And to Dennis Paulson, yes, I would like to say happy birthday belated to you. We planned on saying happy birthday to you yesterday, and my voice just got the best of me, and there was no way that I could actually speak on the radio, on YouTube. I sound like a late night FM radio host. I hope I do. I hope I sound better than I think I sound. I think I sound like a mouse. All right, boys and girls. It's straight up 8 o'clock. I think we're going to go ahead and get started on the auction so that we can be on time for everybody. Wolfman Chuck. I'm glad it's not that bad off. That's for sure. I remember Wolfman Jack and the way he talked. Boy. All right, boys and girls, let's go ahead and get started with the auction. Let me go ahead and bring us over to the slideshow and show you the first item that we're going to have up for bids tonight. It's going to be a 1934 Lincoln Cent. And this one is graded NGCMS 65 red. And let me get my trusty list up so I can see what I had this starting at. We're going to have this one starting at $30. Anybody want to give me a $30 start on this? $30 start on a 1934 Lincoln Cent in MS65 red by NGC. I hope there's no one on the Texas coast watching. Actually, Texas coast between, I would say anywhere between Houston and Houma, Louisiana. They don't need to be watching right now. I wish the best for everyone in the Lake Charles area. Lake Charles, Port Arthur, Beaumont, Orange, and linked areas up and down the rivers and streams in that area that go to the Gulf. Nobody needs to be home right now. You all need to be in the vehicles charging away to somewhere else. All right, so we've got a 1934. We got Dennis Paulson. Start us off at $30. Anybody else want to give us a bid of $31? Got a bid of $30. Looking for a bid of $31. Anybody want to give a bid of $31? I do got slabs tonight. That's right. Bill Crescent comes in $35. $35 now is the bid. Looking for a bid of $36. Anybody with a bid of $36? $35 the bid now. Looking for $36. Anybody with $36? No bids at $36. Looking for a bid at $36. Now the price guide value on this, the NGC price guide value on this coin is $50. $50 for an MS65 red. So we're still $15 under the price guide value of this. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill. Oh, okay, there's Dennis Paulson. Comes back in at $36. Got a $36 bid now, looking for $37. Anybody with a $37 bid? I again apologize for the voice. It's not working out the best tonight, but we're doing what we can with it. The show must go on. Next week, we're not going to have an auction. So Bill Crescent comes back at $38. We're not going to have an auction next week because it will be the first Tuesday of the month. The first Tuesday of the month each month, I will not be holding an auction. I have other engagements. So we will take off that week each month. We got Bill Crescent at $38. $38 now, looking for a bid of $39. Anybody with a bid of $39? Yeah, it is a little scratchy. Yesterday, I could barely speak. This is actually the first time I've really done much of any speaking today. I've spoken more in the past 10 minutes than I have pretty much all day. Current high bid is a $38 bid. $38 bid from Bill Crescent, looking for a bid of $39. Anybody with a bid of $39? No bids of $39. We're going to go ahead and start counting it down. Now there's Dennis Paulson at $39. Now looking for a bid of $40. Anybody with a bid of $40? Got a bid of $39 now, looking for a bid of $40. Anybody with a bid of $40? Bill Crescent comes back and slams it at $42. $42 bid now. $42 bid now, looking for $43. $42 bid now, looking for $43. Anybody 43? How am I doing with the house? Well, I've slowly been unpacking and getting things together. I've put my my BU wheat roll inventory together, and I've got most of it taken care of. I'm doing pretty well. It's going to take me a little while to get everything together. Bill Crescent, $42 bid. Now looking for a bid of $43. Anybody with a bid of $43? Hello, Stephen Elliott. Going to be going once now to Bill Crescent at $42. Going once to Bill Crescent at $42. Looking for a bid of $43. Anybody with a bid of $43? Now we're going to be going twice. Going twice at $42. Now looking for a bid of $43. Anybody with a bid of $43? No bids at $43. And it looks like we're going to sell to Bill Crescent at $42. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Let me move us on to the next item up for bids. This one's going to be a 1935. 1935 Lincoln Cent, MS65 red. I'm going to start this one off at $18. $18 will get us started on this particular item. Get us started at $18. Anybody want to start us at $18? And Bill Crescent starts us at an $20 bid. $20 bid. Now Troy Leaper a little late at 18, comes back at 21. Now Troy Leaper has it at $21. Hello, Thomas. Looking for a bid of 22. Anybody have a bid of 22 out there? Got a bid of 21 now. Looking for a bid of 22. Anybody with a bid of 22? Let's see what I can do about actually showing this. Not sure how well this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Okay, now the color on this coin is not the correct color. This camera does this to these coins in these slabs like this. Any plastic holder is going to show up pretty strongly with color. So only pay attention to the details of the coin itself, not the colors. This one you'll find out is a nice looking Lincoln Cent. Very much worthy of the grade, MS65 red. And we currently have a $21 bid. Need a bid of 22 to keep going on this. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and count it down to Troy Leaper at $21. This is in an older NGC holder. John Argent bids $22, and Bill Crescent comes in $22, just a wee bit late. Need a bid of 23 now. 23 at Troy Leaper. Troy Leaper comes back at $23, now looking for a bid of 24. Anybody with a bid of 24? $23 bid now. Bill Crescent comes back at 25. $25 bid. Looking for a 26. We got 26. We got a $26 bid from Troy Leaper. Now looking for 27. Anybody with a $27 bid? And Bill Crescent comes back at 30. $30 bid is our current high bid. Current high bid $30. Looking for a bid of 31. Anybody with a bid of 31 can get this and take it home. 31, Troy Leaper. Now let's see if 32 will bring up. Trying to get a bid of 32. Want a bid of 32 now. We're going to go $31. Now Bill Crescent comes back at 35. $35 bid. 35 is your current bid. 35 the current bid. Now looking for 36. 36 out of Troy Leaper now. Got a $36 bid out of Troy Leaper. Now looking for 37. Anybody with a bid of 37? And 36 is our current bid. Looking for a bid of 37. Anybody with a bid of 37? Bill Crescent comes back at 38. Got a bid of $38 now. We've got a total of 35 people watching now. 35 people. We got 30 likes. That means there's 30 people out there. 5 people out there. I'm sorry, my math is bad. 5 people out there who haven't hit that like button yet. Please hit that like button for us. give us a better chance of being found by new subscribers and new people. Troy Leaper comes back at a $40 bid. Now we got a $40 bid from Troy Leaper. Went from 36 to 38 from Bill Cresson, now 40 to Troy Leaper. 40 to Troy Leaper is our current high bid. This is one of the older style NGC holders, as you can see, but it is one that has the plastic divider through the middle. I don't know about the ages on these, but I'm going to assume that this came from sometime after the year 2000. After the year 2000 and before 2009. 2009 is when they changed out of these particular slabs and went to the newer label. Troy Leaper has our current high bid of $40. Let's go ahead and start counting. Well, now we've got Bill Cresson come back at 42. Got a $42 bid now. $42 bid now, looking for 43. Anybody with a bid of 43? Anybody with a bid of 43? Troy Leaper comes back at 43. Now looking for 44. Anybody with a $44 bid? $43 bid is current. Now looking for 44. Anybody with a $44 bid? So nothing ever hurt about my throat. That's really weird. I just woke up one morning unable to speak. It was really weird. So that was, what is today? Wednesday? That was Monday morning. Monday morning I couldn't talk, and Tuesday it was even worse. And I had to cancel last night, and so here I am tonight with a half of a voice, but I'm still doing okay. Troy Leaper now going once, $43. $43 is a current bid, looking for a bid of 44. Hello, Tomahawk Hunts Coins. Going twice now at a bid of 43. 43, last chance. Final call here at a bid of 43. And sold to Troy Leaper, $43. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Let me move us on to the next coin. Next coin's going to be this 1935D. 1935D and MS64 red. And I can show you everything but the color on this coin because my camera doesn't like plastic. But here's the 35D. This one graded MS64 red. It does have very even color on it. That coin is a very evenly colored coin. It is very much worthy of the 64 red grade that it received. In fact, it could be a 65. There's just a little extra hit right there on the upper left wheat and in the field inside the upper left wheat. That's probably what gave it its 64 grade because the obverse is very nice. We're going to start this little guy here at $12. Anybody want to get a start at $12? Bill Cresson comes in at $12, now looking for 12.5. Got a bid of 12, now looking for 12.5. Anybody with a bid of 12.5? Got a bid of $12, now looking for a bid of 12.5. Honey is good for the throat. My throat doesn't hurt, though. It's really kind of weird. It's just my voice box, actually. Troy Leaper with a bid of 13 now. A bid of 13 now, looking for a bid of 13.5. 13.5, 14, anybody? There's a lot of luster on this coin. It's a very lustrous, nice, bright, beautiful coin. That color is not the color of the coin. The coin is actually a solid red coin. Bill Cresson now with a $14 bid. $14 bid is our current high bid. Current high bid $14, now looking for 14.5, 15, 14.5, 15. Anybody? 14.5, 15. Got a $14 bid and looking for a $15 bid where? No $15 bid. We can go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Cresson. Now we got $15 bid out of Troy Leaper. $15 bid out of Troy Leaper. Now looking for 15.5, 16. Anybody with 15.5, 16 in their pocket can have this tonight. $15.5, $16. $15.5 bid. $16 bid to Bill Cresson. $16 to Bill Cresson. We're looking for a bid of 16.5, 17 now. 17 to Troy Leaper. Troy Leaper, $17. Now looking for a bid of 18. At 17 now, a bid of 18. Anybody with a bid of 18? Got a bid of 17. Now a bid of 20. $20 Bill Cresson. $20. Now looking for a bid of 21. Anybody with a bid of 21? Got a bid of 20 now. Anybody with a bid of 21? Troy Leaper says he's out at 20. Nobody else bidding. We'll go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Cresson at $20. $20 now going once to Bill Cresson. Looking for a bid of 21. Anybody with a bid of 21? Looking for a bid of 21 on this 1935D Lincoln cent. Go ahead and put it back on the slideshow so you can see the holder and everything on this coin. It's a nice MS64 red. It is a bright, solid red coin with nice luster. Going twice now to Bill Crescent at $20. Looking for a bid of 21. Last chance for a bid of 21. Anybody with a bid? And we're sold to Bill Crescent at $20. I do appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Let me move on to the next. It's a 1937 Lincoln cent. Now this one is a very lofty grade, MS67 red. And here is the coin, MS67 red. This one, we're going to be looking for $80 to start this one. $80 to start it. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Nice bright coin with a lot of luster. Little hit on the chin, but that was not noticed in grading. A lot of nice, even bright luster on this. Anybody want to give us an $80 bill to start? Bill Crescent gives us an $80 bill to start. $80 now. Looking for a bid of 85. Got a bid of 80 now, a bid of 85. 85 would be in following with the $5 increments that we have above $50. Now we need a bid of $85. $85 will get this one. $80 in, now 85. Looking for 85. No bids at 85. Let's go ahead and start counting it down now to Bill Crescent, $80. Got a $80 going once now to Bill Crescent, $80. Looking for a bid of 85. Got a bid of $80. Now looking for a bid of 85. Anybody with a bid of 85? Going once. Going twice now to Bill Crescent, $80. Looking for a bid of 85. Anybody with a bid of 85? And sold to Bill Crescent for $80. I do appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Now let's take a look at the next one. There's a 1939S. This one's MS67 red. These are actually really tough to find in MS67 red grade. We're going to start this one off at $125. We want to start me off at $125 for this 1939S and MS67 red. Very, very bright coin. Very nice bright luster. Most of the marks that you see are on the plastic. $125 will get us started on this one. Grade of 67 red. 1939S. No bids at 125. No bids at 125. Looking for a start at 125. Anybody give me a start at 125? All right, let me back up. Anybody want to start me off at 100? Anybody start me off at 100 on this one? 1939S and MS67 red. And Chuck Patil will start us at $100. This one has a guide value of $200. Bill Crescent comes in at 110. Now we got a 110 bid. Now looking for 120. Got a 100 bid. Now 110. Now 120. Need 120. Anybody with a bid of 120? Looking for a bid of 120. Chuck Patil comes in at 120. Now looking for 130. Anybody with a 130 bid? 120 now looking for 130. Got 120 looking for 130. Anybody with a bid of 130? Bill Crescent comes in at 130. Got a bid of 130 now looking for a bid of 140. Got a bid of 130. 130. Need 140. Anybody with a bid of 140? Got a bid of 130. 140 out there now. Where? Looks like 130 is the end of the road on this one. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent. 130. Going once now to Bill Crescent. 130. $130. Let's do going twice to Bill Crescent at 130. All in all done, folks. This is a $130 opportunity, $140 opportunity to own a $200 coin. And we're sold to Bill Crescent at 130. Congratulations, sir. You got this one really cheap for the grade. Let's take a look at the next coin. Next one's this 1941, an MS67 red. This one does have some toning on it. I'm going to try to do this one this way. I'm going to show it to you like this and see if it'll come up. A little bit of toning on this guy. The toning doesn't really show well. Try to get the color to show up and it's just not showing up really well. It is a nice bright coin though. You can kind of see the toning in these pictures. This is a 1941 Lincoln cent. It's brighter than most of them that I have ever seen. That's probably why I graded a 67 red, and at that, it's kind of a scarce coin. We've got to start this off at $80. Anybody with an $80 bill? $80 bill to get it started? Get me started off at an $80 bill. Anybody start me with an $80 bill? All right, how about 60? $60. Try to $60. Anybody with a $60 bid? $60 bid will get this started. 65 to Bill Crescent. 65 to Bill Crescent. Now looking for a bid of 66. Actually, a bid of 70. Now 65 Bill Crescent looking for a bid of 70. Nope, Coin Dragon, you go back to sleep. I didn't say Woody on this one. Didn't say that. This one doesn't have Woody on it, unfortunately. Got a bid of 65 from Bill Crescent. Now looking for a bid of 70. Anybody with a bid of 70? Got a bid of 65, now looking for a bid of 70. This is a $125 coin. $125 coin now selling for $65, looking for a bid of 70. Bad time to be broke, isn't it? It's kind of why I'm here. I've got more inventory to feed. I could probably feed Africa with my inventory. I just have to get it sold. All right, $65 bid from Bill Crescent. Not hearing anything other than crickets for bids, so let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent at $65. $65 now going once to Bill Crescent. Anybody want to bid in out and get this coin? You need to bid $70. You come around with a $70 bid now or forever hold your pieces because we're going to go ahead and count this down. There's going twice now to Bill Crescent, $65, looking for a bid of $70. Anybody with a bid of $70 or hold your pieces, we're going to go ahead and sell it to Bill Crescent at $65. And there it is, sold to Bill Crescent, $65. I do appreciate it, sir. Let's move on to the next coin. Here's the next one. This is a 1941D. However, this one did develop a spot. So we're going to knock this one down substantially. You can see that black spot on the front of the coin. This one is not going to keep its grade. It is a pretty nice looking coin, but it won't keep its grade. So we had that one at $90. Let's do this one at $25. $25 will get this one started. It's in a 67 holder. MS67 red, but the coin obviously turned after it went in the holder. We can start this off at $25. Anybody want to start this at $25? $25 will get us a start on this one. It does have some nice color. Anybody $25 to get this started? Anybody $25? $25. Bill Crescent will start us at $25, now a bid of $30. Looking for a bid of $26, actually. Got a bid of $25 now, looking for a bid of $26. Anybody want a bid of $26? And you get a 41 coin and a 67 red holder. Not necessarily a 67 red coin. Doesn't look like there's too many people jumping up and down for this one. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent at $25. See if anybody bids 26. Guess a $25 bid now looking for 26. We're going to be going once now to Bill Crescent at $25 looking for a bid of 26. Got a bid of 25 looking for a bid of 26 out there where? Anybody for 26? Going twice now to Bill Crescent at 25 looking for a bid of 26. Anybody with a bid of 26? No bidders out there. And sold to Bill Crescent $25. I do appreciate it, sir. Let me move us on to the next one. Go back to the slideshow there. There we go. That was a 41D. Those are actually kind of scarce in 67. Here's a 42D. March 67. Let's take a look at this one under the scope. 42D March 67. It did take just a little tiny bit of hit in the overall luster on the surface after the coin was placed into the holder. It does have very fresh, nice surfaces. About little tiny milk spots here and there. I tell you what, instead of $120, that's what this one would start at, $120. Let's start this one off at $60. Let's knock it into half again. It's a $160 coin you get for $60. It's $100 off. That's only like 33% of its overall value in this holder. So MS67 red, 1942D. Anybody want to start me off at $60? $60 start on this one? Anybody give me a $60 start? A $60 start where on this beautiful red coin? JOB comes in with a start of 60. Sissy Atwell tries 60. Got a bid of $60, now 65. Looking for a bid of 65. Anybody with a bid of 65? Hello, Sissy. I hope you're not down on I-10. Sissy with a bid of $60. Now, actually, JOB bid 60. Now we need a bid of 65. Sissy comes in at 65. Now we need a bid of 70. Anybody with a bid of 70? Anybody 70 out there? In California. Okay, well, stay out west. Don't come back east for now. Yeah, that's right. You're out there in smoky country. JOB back with a bid of $70. Now we got a bid of $70. Looking for a bid of 75. Anybody with a bid of 75? Got a bid of $70. Now looking for a bid of 75. Anybody with a bid of 75? Now Sissy comes back with a bid of 75. I am going to tell you that next week I'm off. Next week I will be attending a meeting during the auction time, so I will not be holding an auction this coming week, but the following week we're going to get out some key date coins. We're going to start playing around with a few key date coins and a few toners and really nice coins. Get us back into the, I guess, the mood of bidding on pretty stuff. And so you got a $75 bid out there on this coin. Now looking for a bid of 80. Anybody with a bid of 80? No bid of 65. And got a bid of 65, then 70, then 75. Now looking for 80. $80 bid. Anybody with an $80 bid? Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Sissy Atwell. $75. $75 now going once to Sissy Atwell. Looking for a bid of 80. With just a bit of 80 on this MS67 red. 1942D Lincoln cent. These things are scarce, folks. They do not come along often. Going twice now with a bid of 75. All in, all done, folks. We're sold to Sissy Atwell, $75. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Heck of a coin. We had this one starting at $120. Let's try this next one. See what happens here. Here's a 1945D. 1945D and an MS67 red holder. This one is a nice, nice coin. Oops. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. There we go. Here's a 1945D. Now, these are extremely scarce to find in this condition. This is an MS67 red. This scope definitely does not play for the beauty. And this one also has a rim-to-rim die crack. Just about to become a retained cud. Now, let's take a look at the reverse. Here's the reverse side. Got a little bit of a struck through right there on the inside of the wheat. That's a beautiful MS67 coin, folks. Beautiful MS67 coin. We're going to start this one off at $120. It's a $175+ coin. I'm getting these values directly out of the NGC price guide. NGC price guide value on an MS67 red 1945D Lincoln cent is $175. Got this one starting at $120. Anybody want to start me at $120? And he started at $120. Hello, Robert Folk. No start at $120. Let's start this one at $100. Let's bring this one down. I mean, you guys are poor. I'm poor too. Let's just start this at $100 and see what happens. You give me $100 for this? $100? Anybody? Well, I can't play discounting game. I can't keep going down. I need to get $100 out of this. Can I get $100? Anybody with $100? No dice at $100. How about 95? $95. 95. This is the last time I'm going down. $95. You can have this one at $95. Anybody want to give me a bid? $95 bid. Looking for a $95 bid on this $175 coin. You're getting this for nearly $100 off. And this one is a very nice coin. I'm going to count quietly from 3 down to 1 in my head. When I'm done, we're going to say pass. And Yo Man Go comes in with a $95 bid. And Robert Falk with a $95 bid right after Yo Man Go. So Yo Man's got the $95 bid, now looking for $100. Anybody with a $100 bid? Last $5 bid increment. Then we have to go up to $10 bid increments. Sorry about the voice again, folks. Just trying to keep my whistle wet so I can keep talking. Not been doing very well with the voice over the last few days. But I am otherwise just fine. Oh. My dingle dog wants in. I've got the door closed. Let's go ahead and start counting this down to Yo Man Goal. Yo Man wants it at $95. Let's go ahead and count it down. Thank you, Robert. He's out. Going once now to Yo Man Goal at $95. $95. Now going twice to Yo Man Goal at $95. Looking for a $100 bid. Anybody with a $100 bid? No $100 bid. I guess we'll sell it to Yo Man Goal for $95. And we're sold. I appreciate it. It's a $175 coin for $95. You've done very well here, sir. All right. Let me move on to the next one. Let's go to the next coin. Here's a 46D and 66 red. 46D and 66 red. These are not easy to find. The 1946D and 66 red. This is a very nice coin. We're going to go ahead and start this one at its bid, which would be $20. $20 for a start bid on this. Anybody want to give me a $20 bill? Got a nice coin with a $20 bill where? There's Bill Cresson. Bill Cresson comes in with $20, and Steve A tries it with $20 too. Need a bid of 21. Got a bid of 20. Need a bid of 21. Anybody with a bid of 21? No bid of 21. We'll count it down. Got a bid of 20. Looking for a bid of 21. Anybody with a bid of 21? Got a bid of 20 from Bill Cresson. And now Adam Connor with $21. $21 is the bid. Now we got a bid of $21 looking for a bid of 22. Got a bid of 21 looking for a bid of 22. Anybody with a bid of 22? No bid at 22. Let's go ahead and start counting it down. Now we got 22. Steve A. Steve A comes in with a bid of 22. Now we're looking for a bid of 23. Got a bid of 22. Now looking for a bid of 23. Anybody with a bid of 23? Got Steve A at $22. Did I miss Fox Run Forward? I did miss him. Hey, Fox Run Forward. How you doing, buddy? Missed you coming in. And Jim spoke up too. Well, that's because he said hello to Fox Run Forge. So we're all done? Steve A, $22 bid, looking for a bid of 23. We're going once now to Steve A, $22. We're going to be going twice now to Steve A, $22. Now looking for a bid of 23. Anybody with a bid of 23? All ain't all done, folks. We're going to be sold to Steve A, $22. Do appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Now let's go back to the 67 quality. 67 is a 1946S, an MS67 red. Let's take a look at it up close to see what kind of mint mark it has. Okay, it has the serif style mint mark. It's a 1946S Lincoln Cent MS67 red. There's nothing wrong with this coin. Now those colors, I will remind you, come from the plastic. They are not part of the coin. It's a very nice 1946. I got a little bit of a abrasion on the N of United. Otherwise, man, this thing is really, really nice. And this is an MS67 red Lincoln Cent. Graded by Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. There it is right there. 1946 S, 1 cent, MS67 red. And our bid starts at 145. Anybody want to start this at 145? Get a 145 bid? Anybody with a 145 bid? No 145. Things are a little slow tonight for money, I can see. Let's knock this down to 125. Anybody with a 125 bid? 125. This one's a $205 coin. It's a $200 coin. Starting this at 125. Anybody with a bid of 125? Anybody get us started? 125. 125 bid. We'll get us started on this. Hey, Farm Dog. Anybody give us a bid of 125? 125 is going to knock you down to about 60%, I guess, of the value of the coin. We're going to value of $205 on this coin. It's actually about 61%, 60% of the value of the coin. 125. Anybody want to give me 125 bid? 125 bid, otherwise it goes back in the box. 125 bid, otherwise it goes back in the box. This is a nice strong 6. You are correct on that. Nice strong 6 on this guy. A lot of these are pretty weak on the 6. This one looks like it could also possibly be an RPM. Minor one. Chuck Patillo with a 125 start. Thank you, sir. Got a 125 start on this. Now we need a bit of 135. 125. Now we need a bit of 135. Anybody with a bit of 135? Any bid out there at 135? Looking for a bit of 135? Anybody, nobody, bid of 135? We're going to go ahead and start counting it down to Chuck Patillo then at 125. Let's go ahead and count it down. Starting once now. Going once now to Chuck Patillo at 125. Looking for a bit of 135. Anybody with a bit of 135? Going twice now with a 125. All in, all done, folks. Nice coin here. Very scarce one. $205 coin, I'm sorry. At 125. And we're sold to Chuck Patillo at 125. Congrats, Mr. Patillo. You got yourself a really nice looking coin here. Now, last one of these slabs for tonight is this 1955S. 1955S and MS67 red. They are rather scarce in MS67 red. You can get the 66s for $25, $30. You get the MS67, and those grades are really difficult to get for a 55S Lincoln cent. Just a little mark out in front of the chin. This one graded MS67 red. It's a $115 coin. I tell you what, we've got a $100 start on this. Let's move the start down to $70. Let's get a start at $70. See what happens at $70. Let's do a $70 start. $70 start for this 1955S Lincoln cent MS67 red holder. Got a $70 bid from Bill Cresson. $70 bid from Bill Cresson. Now Bulldog comes in at 70. We need a bid of 75. Got a bid of 70. Now you need a bid of 75. Anybody with a bid of 75? Got a bid of 70. Now we got a bid of 75 from Bulldog, looking for a bid of 80. Plumbing problem. Yeah, that explains. Thanks, Techstar. I hope you get better. I hope everything works out for you. Not to be facetious. Bill Cresson, $80. $80 bid now. Give him from Bill Cresson, looking for a bid of 85. Got a bid of 80 now, looking for a bid of 85. I do appreciate you being here, that's for sure. Even if you're the pun of my joke. But I love you anyhow, like a brother. Bill Cresson, $80 now, looking for a bid of 85. Anybody with a bid of 85? Looking for a bid of 85 anywhere? Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill at $80. Have it going once now to Bill Cresson, $80. And we're going to be going twice now to Bill Cresson at $80. Just expensive but solved. Well, that's good. I hope it was completely solved and not just a Band-Aid. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to sell it to Bill Crescent at $80. I do appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much for your bid. And thanks to everyone else for your bid. Go ahead and leave the door open and just leave him in here. I was just informed my dog was sitting on the step outside my door waiting to come into my office, and I had the door shut. All right, so let's do this. Let me go back to the slideshow here and go into our next auction item. This is the last of the slabs for the evening. We're going into rolls now. Got a few rolls. Oops. How about if I go to the right slideshow? There we go. This is a mixed roll from the 1930s. You can see the obvious wear on these. They're not an uncirculated roll, but there are some pretty nice dates in there. We got them mostly from 1934 to 1939, but we do include a number of mint marks in these. This will be a start at $3. Anybody want to start me at $3? Sir Reg comes in at $3 to get us started. And hello, Sir Reg. I haven't seen you in here yet today. Sir Reg at $3, now looking for a bid of 3.5. Anybody with a bid of 3.5? Troy Leaper comes in with a bid of 4. Got a bid of 4 now, looking for a bid of 4.5. Anybody with a bid of 4.5? Sissy Atwell bids 5. Bill Crescent comes in at $4, but that's too late. Sissy's already bid 5. Got Sissy with a bid of 5. Looking for a bid of 5.5. Anybody with a bid of 5.5? Got a bid of 5 now, looking for a bid of 5.5. Now Bill Crescent and Troy Leaper come back bidding 6. Now Sissy Atwell at 7. Sissy Atwell at 7, now looking for a bid of 7.5. Anybody with a bid of 7.5? Got a bid of 7, looking for a bid of 7.5. Got 7.5 from Sir Reg, then 8 from Bill Crescent. Troy Leaper came in just a fraction late. Bill Crescent at $8. $8 now looking for a bid of 8.5. Got a bid of $8 now looking for a bid of 8.5. Anybody? Sissy Atwell at 9. Sir Reg answers just a little late with 8.5. Sissy Atwell at 9. $9 is the bid. $9 is the current bid. Anybody with a $9.5 bid? Now 10 from Bill Crescent. Got 10 from Bill Crescent. Now let's look for a bid of 11. Anybody with a bid of $11? Bill Crescent comes in at 10. Anybody with a bid of $11? $11 bid out there anywhere? Looks like 10 is as much as we can squeeze on this. I tell you what, let's do it this way. I got 3 rolls of them. Let's go ahead and give these 3 rolls at $8 a piece to our 3 highest bidders. And we have that in, well, Bill Crescent was a successful bid. Sir Reg, let's see, no. Sissy Atwell was a successful bid at 9. And then Bill Crescent was a successful at 8. Sir Reg would be our next bidder at 7.5. So you got Sir Reg, you got Sissy Atwell, and Bill Crescent. That's correct. Bill Crescent, Sissy Atwell, and Sir Reg at $8 a piece. Just give me a bin, and we'll go ahead and get you on the list. Okay, thank you, Sissy. I will make sure that Brady knows about that. He needs to clean out some of that stuff in there so people can mail him new stuff. I get you on that. I'll send him an email as soon as this is over. Thank you. And we have our bins on this roll. Now let's move on to the next lot. The next lot's a 1935 Lincoln cent lot, 1935. The entire thing's a 1935. Roll of 50 coins. We're going to start this one off at a bid of $7. $7 for a 1935 Philadelphia roll. 1935 Philadelphia roll in mixed grades from fine to extremely fine or so. Got a beat up 36 DD01. Did you get that out of one of my rolls? I hope. And we got a $7 bid for the 1935 roll and a $7 bid for a 1935 roll. Anybody want a bid of 7.5? You got one of our rolls? That's very cool. I've wanted to find one of those for years and years, and here I've held rolls that have them and still haven't found one. Sissy Atwell, a $7 bid, looking for a bid of 7.5. Anybody with a bid of 7.5? Yeah, these circulated rolls, nobody's ever been through these for variety, so we have no idea what's in them. And we're finding out every day that there is stuff in them. So there's an $8 bid from Bill Crescent. Got an $8 bid from Bill Crescent, now looking for a bid of 8.5. Anybody with a bid of 8.5? Anybody come in with a bid of 8.5? No bid at 8.5. Anybody? These things are easily worth $12, $13 a roll. Hello, Carrie. There's Sissy at $9. $9 bid from Sissy. Got a $9 bid from Sissy. I tell you what, let me just do this. This bidding seems to be a little slow on this night. Let's jump it down. Let's go down to $6. $6 on this. We're going to sell these at $6 on a bin to the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people who can bin. First 6 people who can bin will get one of these at $6. Sissy and Bill will be the first 2. Kelly Michaud wants one. Troy Leeper wants one. Anybody else want to pop a bin on these at $6 a piece? $6 a piece, 1935 rolls. Right now, we've got Bill Cress and Sissy Atwell and Troy Leeper. Kelly Michaud needs one. Okay, Kelly Michaud. So we got Bill, Kelly, Sissy, and Troy. Now we got Carrie Walton will bin one. Thank you very much. That's one of the 2 left. Now we need somebody to bin that last one. Anybody want to bid this last one? Bin the last one at $6? It's anybody's game. You can have more than one if you already got one. Sissy says, me. So Sissy will take it. She knows that there's a couple of really nice double die verses to be looking for in these rolls. And my voice is going faster than it's coming. I tell you that for sure. Let's take a look at the next roll. Next one's 1935D. 1935D. And some of these coins in this grade up to extremely fine. I'm telling you, there's some pretty nice coins in here. Sorry, Sir Reg, we had already sold all these out before we got to you on that one. So here's lot 15 in 1935D. We're going to start this off at $15. Anybody want to bid a $15? $15 on this $25, $30 roll. $15 to get us started. Anybody want to start us off at $15 on this 1935D roll? Deanne comes in at $15. Hello, Deanne. Now Sissy at $15. A little bit too late. Need to bid a $15.5. Anybody would have bid a $15.5? That was 50 cents, right? 15 now, $15.5. Anybody would have bid a $15.5? My dog is comfortably sitting in his chair now. It's actually my chair. He thinks it's his. 15.5 to Sissy Atwell. Now looking for a bid of 16. Anybody with a bid of 16? Get us a bid of 16. You're talking about a roll here worth easily $30. Looking for a $16 bid. $16 bid now. DN. $16 bid. Now looking for 16.5. See, must the coins from those reveals have not mailed out yet. I'm still working on reveals in the 150s, which is why I'm not selling reveals tonight. I need to spend that time working on these to get them out. But yes, I do still have all of them. Yeah, I guess I do think it's my chair. We got 16.5 from Sissy Atwell. Now we're looking for a bid of 17. Got a bid of 16.5 now looking for 17. I've got just a little bit of a backlog going on the reveals, which is why I'm trying to work all these reveal coins, get them done and get them out of here. I want to get them properly done, properly photographed, properly taken care of, and get them out of here so you guys can put your little fingers on them, and then I can get back to doing more reveals. Got a bid of 17 from Deanne. Jessica, I prefer the tiny URL be used. That way, if I ever have to change where that page is, I can just point the tiny URL to it. Bill Cresson, your message. I've not yet received your message. I don't think. Oh, it's okay, Jess. Here, let me show you something. This stuff is on my mind every single day, and I just figure you guys might want to know. let's take a dip here and show you my desk. My desk is filled with reveal coins. Reveal coins that need to be identified, need to be worked. Okay. And then this box over here is full of reveal coins that haven't yet been worked. And then I've got a box back behind me full of reveal coins that haven't been looked at. So that will give you a good idea as to what's going on with reveal coins. You see your name? No, you don't. You're seeing Jim Worley's name. Or unless maybe... I don't see where you saw your name, Jim Fletcher. But that's okay. We'll let you think that. I'm going to get us back to the slideshow because nobody wants to see my ugly mug. And there we go. Bill Crusson, can you email me again, please? Because I do not remember. I'm going to have to go back and take a look and see if I can find the email. But at the moment, I don't know where it is. I'll have to look later. During an auction's not a good time to ask me about emails or anything because I'm not going to look at my email now. All right, here's the next lot up for bids. You can ask me at the end of the auction. At the end of the auction, I'll have a chance to go check. Okay, so the next item up for bids here is a 1935 S roll. 1935 S roll in various circulated grades, generally from fine to extremely fine. Can be a little lower. Can be a little higher. I can see some pretty nice looking coins in there. This is the 50 coin roll that you will receive. We're going to start this one off at $18. Anybody want to give me an $18 bid? $18 bid will get us started. Start us off with an $18 bid. $18 bid will get this one moving. Yep, that's right. An S Mint roll from the 30s. Not common, especially 35S. 35S, these coins in uncirculated go for a minimum of $18 to $20 per coin. I'm just doing the whole roll here at $18, even though these are not uncirculated. They're still pretty nice coins. They're easily visible for whatever RPMs or double dies they may have. They're not worn down that much. Got a nice S Mint roll here, $18 start. Anybody with an $18 start? 18 from Sissy Atwell. Now we got Troy Leeper trying at 18. Now we need a bit of 18 and a half. A bit of 18 now, looking for a bit of 18 and a half. Deanne comes in at 19. $19 bid, now looking for 20. Anybody with a $20 bill? Sissy tries at 19, then Troy Leeper comes in at 20. 20 is our current high bid, now looking for a bid of 21. Anybody with a bid of 21? Got a bid of 20, now looking for a bid of 21. 1935S, folks. You're not going to see 35S rolls very often. 21 from Sissy Atwell now. And Troy Leeper in at 22. $22 bid now, looking for a bid of 22, 23. Now looking for a bid of 23. Anybody with a bid of 23? Jim, I appreciate it, buddy. You have a great night. Tell Gwen hello. Troy Leeper to bid of 22. Now looking for a bid of 23. Anybody with a bid of 23? Got 22. Now looking for a bid of 23. Bring me a bid of 23 is Sissy Atwell. Sissy Atwell's bid of $23. Now looking for a bid of 24. Anybody with a bid of 24? Most certainly, Jim. You guys have a great evening. Troy Leeper bid of 24. 24 now is the bid, looking for a bid of 25. Got a bid of 24 now, looking for a bid of 25. These are selling well below value. Your value on a roll like this is like $35 to $40. Got a bid of 24 now, looking for a bid of 25. Sissy Atwell says she's out. Thank you very much. Got a bid of 24, looking for a bid of 25. Anybody with a bid of 25? Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Troy Leeper, $24. $24 now going once to Troy Leeper. Now going twice. $24 all in all done. We're looking for a final call on this one. Final call now, $24, looking for a bid of 25. Anybody with a bid of 25? And we're sold to Troy Leeper, $24. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, on to the next roll. Next roll, 1936 roll. 1936, we just talked about a 36 that came out of a roll. We're going to start these at $6. $6 for the roll. This roll has not been checked for double dice, for anything else. Starting at $6 roll. Kerry Walton starts us at $6, looking for a bid of 6.5. Anybody got a bid of 6.5? Got a bid of 7 from Bulldog and bid of 7 from Bill Crescent. Bulldog has the bid now at $7. $7 is the bid, looking for a bid of 8.5. Bill Crescent comes in at 8. Troy Leaper follows at 8, and then Kerry Walton comes in at 9. Kerry Walton's $9 bid is our current high bid, now looking for a bid of 10. Anybody with a bid of 10? Bill Crescent at 10, now Bulldog at 10. Bill Crescent's bid stands. Bill Crescent's bid of $10 is our high bid, now looking for a bid of 11. Now Bulldog at 11. Bulldog at 11 now, looking for a bid of 12. Anybody with a bid of 12? Got a bid of 11 now, looking for a bid of 12. Troy Leaper is out. Thank you very much. Bill Crescent bids 13. $13 bid. Kerry Walton tries 12. Bill Crescent's bid of 13 will stand. Bill Crescent's bid of $13 is our high bid. Now we're looking for a bid of 14. Anybody with a bid of 14? Got a bid of 13. Now looking for a bid of 14 out there. And Kerry Walton is out as well. Bill Crescent's bid of 13. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent at 13. $13 bid now going once to Bill Crescent. Got a bid of 13 now going twice to Bill Crescent. This should be a final call here on $13. Let's go ahead and count it down, and looks like we're going to be sold to Bill Crescent, $13. I do appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Bill Crescent gave us a $13 bid on this one. Let's see what we get for this one. This is a 1936S. 1936S, a lot like the 1935S, is a very difficult roll. We're going to start this off at $16. Anybody want to give us a $16 bid? $16 bid on these 1936S Lincoln cents. Some of these things barely have any wear on them at all. A 36S in AU is probably a $4 or $5 coin. So you're talking about paying for 4 coins out of the roll. So these things are nice. They say good to very fine, but I think it's above good to very fine generally, because I see a few coins here that are extremely fine. One that may even be AU in there has some luster on it. We got Kerry Walton start us off with a bid of $16, looking for a bid of 16.5 now. Got a bid of 16 now, looking for 16.5. Anybody 16.5? Oh, we got at least one really nice RPM 1936S. I think there's 2 of them that are nice, and then there's a couple of others that are relatively minor. Let's see, 36S I think also has a couple of double die reverses to be looking for. But over and above, just any coin in an XF to AU condition is going to be worth at least $3 or $4. So Kerry Walton's $16 bid. Now we got Bill Crescent at 17. Now we're looking for a bid of 17.5. Bulldog tries 17, just a little bit late. Now looking for a bid of 17.5. Anybody with a bid of 17.5? 17.5. Looking for a bid of 17.5. Anybody 17.5? Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent at 17. Now we got Bulldog 17.5. Bulldog 17.5. Now looking for a bid of 18. Got a bid of 17.5. Now looking for a bid of 18. A bid of 18 out there. Anybody a bid of 18? Bill Crescent bids 18. Now looking for a bid of 18.5. Got a bid of 18. Now looking for a bid of 18.5. Anybody with a bid of 18.5? No 18.5. Anybody 18.5? Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent to 18. See if we get an 18.5. Got an $18 bid now going once to Bill Crescent. Looking for a bid of 18.5. Anybody with 18.5? Jim Bulldog comes in 18.5. Bulldog's 18.5. Now looking for a bid of 19. Got a bid of 18.5. Now looking for a bid of 19. Anybody with a bid of 19? 18.5 out there looking for a bid of 19. I should be conserving my voice, but I won't need it for another week now. So 18.5 going once now to Bulldog for 18.5. Now looking for a bid of 19. Anybody with a bid of 19? Going twice now to Bulldog, 18.5. All ain't all done, folks. Final chance. We're going to be sold now to Bulldog for $18.5. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Marine. Let me move on. There's a 36S roll. Now we're going to 37 roll. 1937 roll. Going to start this off at $6. Anybody want to start a 37 roll? $6. $6 for a circulated roll. 1937 Lincoln cents. Circulated roll of Lincoln cents from 1937 for $6. Kerry Walton gives us a $6 bid. Got a $6 bid now looking for 7. Looking for 6.5, 7. Anybody 6.5, 7 on this one? Got a bid of 6. Now looking for 6.5, 7. There are DTRs in 1937. There's also a few double die obverses to be looking for. That's for sure. Gary Walton at $6. Got a bit of 6.5 out there. Anybody 6.5? Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Gary Walton at $6. See if anything comes up. Bill Crescent bid 7 now. Bill Crescent $7 bid. $7 bid now looking for a bid of 7.5, 8. Anybody with a bid of 7.5, 8? Anybody 7.5, 8? Bill Crescent is $7 now. 7.5 to Gary Walton. Gary Walton 7.5. Now we're looking for a bid of 8. Got a bid of 7.5 now. Looking for a bid of 8. Anybody with a bid of 8? Bill Crescent comes in with an $8 bid. $8 bid now. Looking for 8.5, 9. Anybody 8.5, 9? Got an $8 bid now. Looking for 8.5, 9. Anybody 8.5, 9? Gary Walton is out now. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent, $8. $8 bid. $8 bid going once now. $8 bid going twice. Looking for a bid of 9. 8.5, 9. Anybody 8.5, 9? This is our final chance. And we're going to be sold to Bill Crescent at $8. I do appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who has bid this evening. Let me move on to the next roll. Nope, that's not going to help me. That goes backwards. I put the wrong picture in there. All right, so we get to do this. We get to play musical pictures. Here, let me stick an image in here. Let me go find it real quick. What lot number are we on? Number 20? Nope, it's the wrong picture. Nope, that's the wrong picture too. Okay. Let me try it this way. I know I took a picture of him. There it is. Don't know how this didn't work out before, but we're going to forego the idea that it didn't work. We're just going to make it work. This is a roll of 1937D. 1937D. This is one roll of 1937D. It's 50 coins. Going to go ahead and get us started at $9. Gary Walton starts us off at $9. Well, I appreciate that, Bill. And Carrie appreciates it too. No, I don't think it was on the other slideshow. I just didn't get the 37D included in there at all. Now Sissy gives us a bid of $10. Got a bid of $10, looking for a bid of 11. Got a bid of $10 now, looking for a bid of 11. Anybody a bid of 11? And Carrie Walton at 9. Sissy Atwell bids 10. Now we're looking for a bid of 10.50, 11. 10.50 will do it. 10.5, 11. Anybody 10.5, 11? Bill Crescent comes in at $11. $11 now, looking for a bid of 11.5. Anybody with 11.5? Anybody have a bid of 11.5 for me? And 12 to Sissy Atwell. Got a bid of 12, now looking for a bid of 12.5. Anybody with a bid of 12.5? Got 13 out of Bill Crescent, now looking for a bid of 14. Bid of 13, now looking for 14. Anybody with a bid of 14? Bill Crescent with 13, now looking for 14. Anybody with a bid of 14? No bid of 14. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent. Actually, I tell you what. I got a couple of these. I got 3 of these. Let's see, what do I have? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 3 of them. Let's sell them outright, $10 a roll, to Bill, Sissy, and Carrie if she wants one. Bill, Sissy, and Carrie if she wants one. Bill says bin. At $10. $10, I would think he'd probably say go. Sissy will take one at 10. What about you, Carrie? You want one of these at 10? Carrie says yes. Carrie will take one at 10. So we got Bill Crescent, Sissy Atwell, and Carrie Walton at $10. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for your bids, folks. That's 3 rolls of 1937D. Now let me move on and show you our next roll up for bids. We're not going to be able to do that this way. Gonna have to delete. Now we go. 1938 Lincoln cent roll. Start these off at $6. $6 for a 1938 roll. A 1938 roll of Lincoln cents start at $6. Anybody want to start me at $6? Gary Walton starts at $6. Now looking for 6.5, 7. Anybody with a bid of 7? So Bill Crescent. Bill Crescent with a bid of 7. Now looking for a bid of 8. Got a bid of 7 now. Looking for a bid of 8. Anybody with a bid of 7.5, 8? Got a bid of 7 now. Looking for a bid of 7.5, 8. My throat doesn't want to talk anymore. Sir Reg, 7.5. There's $7.5 from Sir Reg. Now looking for a bid of 8. Anybody with a bid of 8? 8 for 38, folks. Looking for a bid of 8. Roll of 1938 Lincoln cents. These things are generally going to grade anywhere from fine to extremely fine. There could be a few a little bit lower, and there could be a few a little bit higher. $7.5 bid with Sir Reg. Now let's go ahead and start counting it down to Sir Reg. Sir Reg's $7.5 bid. Now going once to Sir Reg. Bill Crescent bids 8. Bill Crescent bids 8. Bill Crescent's $8 bid is a high bid now. Looking for a bid of 8.5. Got a bid of 8 now. Looking for 8.5. Anybody with a bid of 8.5? And we got Sir Reg at 8.5. I tell you what, you got you two, Bill Crescent and Sir Reg, beating each other in the head over this roll. I'll just let you know now, I've got 2 of them. And I would take $8 a roll on these if you guys want them. We've got Bill at 8. How about Sir Reg at $8? You guys take them at $8 a piece? Bill says yes. And Sir Reg says yes. At $8 a piece, we got those 2 sold. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now let's take a look at the next roll. If you may. My blurry picture of a 1939 S roll. This is a 1939 S roll. Most of these coins are going to grade above fine. Most of them will grade above fine. I do have this as good to very fine, but these are mostly fine, very fine, extremely fine coins. Some of them are AU. I'm going to start this off at $9. $9 for a 1939 S roll. 1939 S roll. Anybody want to get me started? $9 to Sir Reg. Sir Reg now looking for a bid of 9.5. Got a bid of 9 now looking for a bid of 9.5. Anybody with a bid of 9.5? A $9 bid. Well, you see, there's a lot of really good stuff in 39S too. Bulldog USMC bids $10. Got a $10 bid now looking for a bid of 10.5. Anybody with a bid of 10.5? Keep me going here. A bid of 10.5. Got Bill with a bid of 11. Got Bill with a bid of 11. Got Bulldog came in with 10. Now Bill with a bid of 11. Now looking for 11.5. Anybody got a bid of 11.5? Got a bid of 11 now. Looking for a bid of 11.5. That's right. Sir Reg won't let him have it over a measly 50 cents. There's Sir Reg at 11.5. $11.5 a bid now. Looking for a bid of 12. Anybody with a bid of 12? Got a bid of 11.5 from Sir Reg. Bulldog came in just a little bit late with the 11.5. Needs a bid of 12. Looking for a bid of 12 now. Bill Crescent with a bid of 12. Now looking for a bid of 12.5. 12.5 is the new bid. $12 is the current bid. 12.5 new bid to get it going. And 12.5 to Sir Reg. Now bid of 13 to Bulldog. Bid of 13 to Bulldog. Boy, that Sir Reg bid lasted less than a half a second. At 12.5, then immediately 13. Got a bid of 13 now on these 1939S Lincoln cents. Got a bid $13.50. 1939S Lincoln cents, mostly above fine in grade. Got a bid of 14 now from Bill Crescent. 14 now from Bill Crescent, looking for a bid of 14.5. Anybody with a bid of 14.5? Anybody 14.5? Anybody, nobody, 14.5? Let's go ahead and start counting it down. And start counting it down at 14 and see where we go. Here's 14.5 from Bulldog, and Sir Reg comes in at 14.5 as well. So Bulldog's 14.5 is the high bid currently. Bulldog's 14.5 looking for 15. Got a bid of 14.5 now looking for 15. Anybody with a bid of 15? Sir Reg got a bid of 15. Bill Crescent said he's out now. Sir Reg got a bid of 15 now looking for a bid of 16. 15.5, 16. Anybody 15.5, 16? Bulldog says he's out too. So we can go ahead and start counting it down to Surreg at $15. We're going once now at $15 to Surreg. Going twice now at $15 to Surreg. All in, all done. This is your final chance to bid, folks. Need a bid of $15.5. We're sold to Surreg at $15. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Now, let me show you something else. These wrappers right here, I thought were just machine wrappers. But when I got a Fed Reserve sealed bag of pennies by the roll, the Fed Reserve had actually rolled pennies in these wrappers. So now I've got 3 circulated rolls of pennies. These are circulated rolls. We're going to do the one up on these. You're going to bid on one of them. Let me know if you want more than one after you win the bid. Otherwise, other people will get a chance to bid in and get theirs. So we're going to go ahead and start this at $2 per roll. $2 a roll is what we're going to start this at. $2 for a circulated roll of coins from the Fed. Now, these things came from the Fed approximately 1974. Roughly 1974 is when these were rolled. It could have been as late as 1979. So I got Bill Crescent at $2, and then Bulldog comes in at $3. You got a $3 bid from Bulldog. Now looking for $3.5. Anybody with a $3.5 bid, Bill Crescent bids $5. Farm Dog at $4. Thomas at $4. And Troy Leaper at $6 now. Troy Leaper, $6 bid. Now Sissy Atwell comes in at $4 a little bit late. It's now $6 a little bit late. Now we're looking for $6.5. Anybody with a bid of $6.5? $6.5 now $7 from Bill Crescent. $7 from Bill Crescent. Now we're looking for a bid of $7.5. Looking for a bid of $7.5. Now Troy Leaper at $8. Troy Leaper at $8. Now looking for a bid of $8.5. Got a bid of $8. Now looking for a bid of $8.5. Anybody with a bid of $8.5? And Bill Crescent comes in at a $10 bill. $10 bill now looking for $10.5 or $11. Got 11 from Troy Leaper. Now looking for a bid of $12. I can't count. Now for a bid of $12. Looking for a bid of $12. Troy Leaper at a bid of $11. Now looking for $12. Anybody $11.5, $12. $11.5, $12 will do it. Got a bid of $12 now from Thomas at $12. $12 is the bid. Sissy Atwell, $12. Now Bill Crescent at $12. I'm going to shut it off right there. We've got Troy Leaper at 13, Sissy at 13, Bill Crescent at 13, Adam Chambers at 14. We're going to go ahead and stop the bidding. Just go ahead and stop the bidding. We're going to shut it off. And the 3 people who've been fighting over this the most, all the way up to the top, before I said stop the bidding, had been Thomas, Sissy Atwell, and Bill Crescent. And then we had Troy Leaper, Sissy Atwell, and Bill Crescent. Now we've got Adam Chambers. Adam Chambers into the mix. So now we've got 4 people into this mix. We've got Sissy. No, we actually got 5 people, I think. 5 people battling for the end on this. We've got Sissy, Bill, Adam, and Troy. Sissy, Bill, Adam, and Troy. Okay, that means that we have to eliminate 1 because we only have 3 rolls available. We'll have to eliminate 1 and keep 3. We're going to do these at $12 a roll. We have to eliminate 1 of you. So let's see. We're going to do a game, a number game. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 50. My number between 1 and 50 is going to be a number around which you guys are going to try to say high or low. The way you're going to do it is you're going to pick a number yourself between 1 and 50. And we're going to see how close you are to my number. The one closest to my number wins. What you win is first dibs at the roll, second, third, and then the 4th person is out. So we got Thomas, Bill, Sissy, Troy, and actually Adam. We got 5 people in on this. That's right. Troy, Bill, Sissy, Adam, and Thomas. All right. The one closest to my number is the winner. There's my number. So, Sissy, you have won the first of the 3 rolls. Then it looks like Bill, let's see, Thomas gets the second and Bill gets the third. So the first 3 people to respond are the first 3 people who win, because Troy Leaper is a lot further away at 7, as is Adam Chambers at 45. So I guess with me, you learn, if you stick somewhere near the middle, you'll always win, right? Your birthday tomorrow's on the 28th. Well, there's a good reason why Sissy should get one. So we got Sissy, Thomas, and Bill Cresson. I appreciate it, folks. Thank you for doing the game of elimination. Sorry I had to do it that way, but that's where it goes. All right, I appreciate it, folks. That's it for that item. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we move on to this one. This is a 1995D roll. 1995D roll. Nice red BU roll. This thing's in a original machine wrap. I'm going to start this off at $5. Anybody want to bid $5 on a 95D roll? You remember the double die that comes out of these. There's other double dies to accompany. I think there's 6 different double dies. 95D. One of them is really strong, and everybody knows about it. We've got our $5 start from Sissy with a $5 follow-up from Kerry Walton. We've got $7 from Bulldog. Now $8 from Thomas, and 8 from Kelly Michaud, looking for a bid of 8.5. Got a bid of 8 now, looking for a bid of 8.5. Anybody want a bid of 8.5? Sissy Atwell comes in at 8 now, needs to come in at 8.5. Now 10. Sissy Atwell's bid of $10 now, and somebody needs to be out to do the bid of $10, as does Kelly Michaud. Kelly Michaud at $11. Kelly Michaud at $11, looking for a bid of 11.5. Anybody with a bid of 11.5, 12? No way. 2 people found uncirculated 101s in their pocket change this week. Wow. Must have broke a roll or a bag somewhere. Bulldog at $13 bid now, looking for a bid of 14. Sissy's out at 13. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now 13 is the bid from Bulldog, looking for a bid of 14. And Kelly Michaud at 14. CMOS comes in at 14 as well. Kelly Michaud at 14. CMOS at 14. CMOS now at 15. $15 is CMOS is a high bid. Looking for a bid of 15.5. Anybody with a bid of 15.5, 16? Yeah, CMOS Omaha at $15, looking for a bid of 16. Anybody got a bid of 16? 15.5, 16 out there? All right, no bids of 15.5, 16. Bulldog is out now. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to CMOS. Now Kelly bids 16. Kelly with a bid of 16, now looking for 16.5, 17. Anybody 16.5, 17 out there? Kelly with a bid of 16, looking for a bid of 16.5. Anybody with a bid of 16.5? CMOS says go Kelly. CMOS is on the Kelly team now. Kelly, $16. Looking for a bid of 16.5. Anybody with 16.5? We can go ahead and start counting it down to Kelly Michaud at 16. 16 going once now to Kelly Michaud. 16 going twice now to Kelly Michaud. Anybody out there with another bid? The final chance. And we're sold to Kelly Michaud at $16. I do appreciate it. What did you get one today of, Techstar? You got one what today? You got one of the 101 double dies? Really? You serious? Kelly Michaud, you're very welcome, sir. Thank you very much for your bids. Got just a few more. Got 4 more items. Please indulge me with the last 4 items here. We'll just chit-chat after that. You really did. You got them one of the 95Ds. Here's a 1942S roll. 1942S roll. These things are grading fine to extremely fine. This is 1942S. Not easy to find. Congratulations to you, Techstar, that's for sure. A 1942S roll here. We're going to go ahead and start this one at $15. Anybody want to start this at $15 for a 1942S? This is the most difficult issue to find in the 1940s. Is 1942S. 1942S, start this off at $15. That's just about the value of one single BU coin. You're right. Tomorrow's the 27th. So Sissy gives a bid of $15. A bid of $15 from Sissy for this 1942S roll. Looking for a bid of 15.5, 16. Anybody with a bid of 15.5, 16, $15.5. $15.5 will take this away. And for a bid of $15.5, $16, Sissy Atwell has our high bid of $15. Everybody's laying low and being really quiet because it's supposed to be Sissy's birthday tomorrow, but she can't remember what tomorrow is. So it looks like Sissy must be getting close to the same age as I am because I can't remember anything either. So we're going once to Sissy at $15. We're going twice now to Sissy at $15. Anybody want to get a bid in there? Better do it now. 15.5 to Deanne now. 15.5 to Deanne now looking for a bid of 16. Anybody with a bid of 16? Got a bid of 15.5 now looking for a bid of 16. Anybody with a bid of 16 out there? Deanne's right there with that sniping. Just threw everybody down right at the very last second. I want it. Now 16. $16. Sissy Atwell is $16. Now looking for a bid of 16.5. Anybody got a bid of 16.5? Got a $16 bid now looking for a bid of 16.5. $16 now. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Sissy Atwell. Let's go once now. $16 to Sissy Atwell. Deanne says she's out. One bid and done. Sissy Atwell is $16. Let's go once now to Sissy Atwell is $16. Going once now to Sissy Atwell is $16. Now let's go going twice to Sissy Atwell is $16. All in, all done, folks. We've got our final bid here. And Sissy Atwell gets this one at $16. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. You got yourself a great deal there on a $25 roll. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one's going to be this 1946 roll. There's a lot of decent stuff to be looking for in 1946 Philadelphia. And we're going to start this one off at $3. $3 for this one. 1946 roll at $3. Let's go ahead and start this one off at $3. Who's going to give me $3 to start? $3 to start. On a 1946 Philadelphia, Carrie comes in at $4. Carrie's $4 is a high bid. Now looking for a bid of 4.5. Got a bid of 4 now, looking for a 4.5. Anybody got a bid of 4.5? Deals all over the place in this auction, folks. I do good to try to bring you the best prices I can. Gary Walton at $4 now. $4 looking for a bid of 4.5. Anybody with a bid of 4.5? Want to pick up this 1946 Philadelphia roll? $4 now looking for 4.5. Anybody with a bid of 4.5? Well, I guess we can go ahead and start counting it down to Carrie Walton at $4. See what happens there. Let's go ahead and go once now to Carrie Walton at $4. Now Thomas comes in and says 4.5. $4.5 is the bid. Now we're looking for a bid of 5. 4.5 to bid now, looking for a bid of 5. Anybody with a bid of 5? Got a bid of 4.5. Now looking for a bid of 5. Got a bid of 5 or 6. $5. Anybody $5? Where? I don't see the $5 yet. $4.5 bid. You know, are we going Weiss? Going once now to $4.5. Thomas. We're going once. Counting it down. Carrie Walton says she's out. Going twice now to Thomas at $4.5. Going twice now. All in, all done, folks. It's your last chance to bid. And sold. Thomas gets at $4.5. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Kelly's still on that 95D. Did you really find the 95D 101? That'd be an amazing find. All right, next on the list is this 1946S roll. Unfortunately, I didn't get a really good picture of this. I checked the picture real closely before I started this, but I will tell you that these coins are generally extremely fine in condition. I'm going to start this off at $8. $8 for a 1946 San Francisco roll. All of these coins, all 50, minted in San Francisco. It's in pretty nice shape. You got Carrie Walton with an $8 bid, now looking for a bid of 8.5. Anybody with a bid of 8.5? Got an $8 bid, now looking for 8.5. Anybody with a bid of 8.5? And we've got Sissy Atwell. Actually, Bill Crescent at 9. Bill Crescent bids 9, now looking for a bid of 10. Anybody with a bid of 10? Sissy at 9.5. 9.5 now looking for a bid of 10. Got Sissy at 9.5 now looking for a bid of 10. $9.5 is the current high bid, now looking for a bid of 10. Anybody with a bid of 10? Bill Crescent with a bid of 10, now looking for a bid of 10.5. Anybody with a bid of 10.5? You got a $10 bid now, looking for a bid of 10.5. 1946 San Francisco. You guys know what that means. You could find some nice ball serif mint marks. You could find even an S over D. You could find some RPMs. You could find pretty much any. There's double dies in these too. But I don't know about this particular roll because I've never looked at the coins inside the roll. That is your job. 10.5 now. Sissy Atwell looks like she's going to get to take it home if nobody bids 11. Got a bid of 10.5 now, looking for a bid of 11. Anybody with a bid of 11? A 10.5 bid now, looking for a bid of 11. And Bill Crescent comes in with 12. $12 bid now, looking for a bid of 13. Got a $12 bid, looking for 12.5, 13. Anybody 12.5, 13? And around and round, Bill Crescent with a bid of $12. Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Bill Crescent. Get this bidding sped up a little bit. Got to do Bill Crescent going once now at $12. Going once. Sissy Atwell says she's out. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Sissy. Going once now to Bill Crescent at $12. Now going twice to Bill Crescent at $12. We're looking for a final bid. Anybody with a final bid? Final bid above 12, 12.5, 13. All in, all done, and we are sold to Bill Crescent for $12. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you for your bid. Now we're going to go on to look at the next roll. This one's a 1950 Philadelphia roll. This one does have a few pretty nice coins in it. We're talking about AU-ish coins. They go down to fine, very fine in condition, but all the way up to AU. They're mostly better than very fine. And we're going to start this one off at an $8 bid. $8 bid. Anybody with an $8 bid? Anybody start me off with an $8 bid? Kerry Walton starts off with an $8 bid. $8 bid now looking for $9. $8, 8.5 will do it. 8.5 or 9. Anybody with a bid of 8.5, 9, 8.5, $9 bid? Kerry with an $8 bid. Now looking for 8.5, $9 bid. Anybody with an $8.5, $9 bid? Let's go ahead and start counting it down to Kerry at $8. $8 is going to be the countdown. Going once now at $8 to Kerry Walton, looking for a bid of 8.5. Going twice now to Kerry Walton at $8, looking for a bid of 8.5. Anybody with a bid of 8.5? All in, all done, folks. You're going to cry all the way home when you miss this one. Kerry Walton got this one at $8. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. We're going to move on to the final auction lot for this particular auction. This is lot number 29. It's a 1943 PDS mix of Lincoln cents. These are all Steelies. And these things are worth a good $1 a coin on average. There's some uncirculated coins in here. There are some AU coins in here. There are some that grade all the way down to very fine, fine, very fine. They're all very fine plus. We're going to start this off at $29. Bill Crescent gets us started at $29. Now looking for a bid of 30. Yeah, my favorite year. Got a bid of $29 now, looking for a bid of 30. Anybody with a bid of 30? Sissy Atwell bids 30, now looking for a bid of 31. Anybody with a bid of 31 out there? Give me a bid of 31, 31. Anybody 31? You get the exact coins you see right here. Some of these things are uncirculated. Actually, the one at the very far right edge of the screen is uncirculated. It just happened to be covered up by the fact that it's at the very far right edge of the screen. So Bill Crescent at $30, now Sissy Atwell 32. Bill Crescent at 31, now Sissy Atwell 32, now Bill Crescent back at 35. $35 is a current bid, now looking for a bid of 36. Anybody with a bid of 36? Anybody give me a bid of 36 on this? 35 now, looking for a bid of 36. You get all three different mints represented in this roll for sure. I'm pretty sure there's some D mints in here. All I see is S mint right now. Philadelphia and S are all I actually see on this spread, but I think there are D mint coins in here too. We got Bill at a $40 bid now. $40 bid now, looking for a bid of 41. Got a bid of 40 now, looking for a bid of 41. Anybody with a bid of 41? Anybody bid a bid of 41? Got a bid of 40 now, looking for a 41. Anybody with a 41? Sissy Atwell is out at 40. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Anybody else out there at 41? Bill Crescent, let's go ahead and start counting this one down. Did I stage the photos? I staged them as far as pouring the coins out and photographing them. If I were to stage it, I probably would have put the pretty ones up front. I want to show everybody what these look like. Center bottom looks like a D. No, center bottom is an S. But that's okay. Bill Creston's going to find out. For $40, he's going to find out because we just sold the final lot of the auction for tonight. Well, I appreciate it, folks. I thought this was going to turn out to be a lot more painful than it has been, but my voice isn't doing great, and I know that. And you guys know it too, because those of you who generally listen to me on a regular basis would know for sure. We've got about 3 hours until the hurricane's going to hit the coast in Louisiana. It's not looking good, folks. You guys need to put some good vibes out there for all the people in Louisiana and Beaumont, Port Arthur. Let's see where else. Lake Charles. There's a number of places down there that I'd really be thinking about people right now. Will it hit me at all? You talking about me in North Carolina? No, I'm a long way from there. It will eventually come across here, and it will eventually produce some rain here, but that's not going to be a big deal at all. Did I take almost all your money? Well, I guess I didn't do my job then. I should have taken all your money. Almost all. Maybe you'll just give me a good tip. Yeah, we'll end up with some rain sometime around Saturday. It probably won't be much of anything here. Most of it will be going north of us anyway through Virginia. Might end up with a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind. It won't be a big deal, though. I've been through hurricanes before, so it's not a big deal. It's a big deal for Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, possibly up into Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Texas, Kentucky, or Tennessee and Kentucky. It's not going to be a big deal by the time it gets as far east as Virginia and Ohio. By the time it gets there, it'll all be kind of piff. You've been bringing rolls to work, checking them out there. Are they good rolls? Dad's under the tornado warning south of Idalia, Louisiana. That's not good. I wish your dad very well through this. So, Kelly, you've been bringing rolls to work, checking them out there. What have you found? An email about missing coins? Are we talking about reveal coins? Yeah, if you go to that email address, or that web address that I put up for you earlier, I think it would answer your question about any missing coins from reveals, because all of the coins I'm holding on to from reveals are on there. It's not from reveals. Let me check my email real quick and see if I've got it in here. Sometimes I miss things in email because I get so many emails. Yeah. I appreciate it, Carrie. You have a great night. Hello, Bill. You showed up right at the end. Good evening, Steve Woods. Still looking for Bill's email. Okay, I've got your email, Bill. I will make sure that I look for this stuff and I will reply to you. I did miss your email before. I actually did say that I would look into it and get back to you, but I was probably not at home at the time. Forgot to check once I got home. So I do apologize for that. I will check it out. Yeah, that link to check the coins that are still out. tinyurl.com. CC reveals. I do believe that does it. This will show you the reveal coins that I have held back up to reveal number 166. Everything from reveal number 167 on, I have not processed the coins. So I still have all 50 coins from those rolls. So if it's prior to number 166, or prior to number 167, I'm sorry, I've got them up to number 183. 183, I have the coins processed. You should have received any non-variety coins back already. After 183, I still have every coin. Hello, Steve Woods. Thank you very much for the super chat. A list of prices for circulated rolls. Most of those are going to be at retail. And at retail, people charge very widely varying different prices for rolls. I tend to stay on the low end of that. I typically take a value in the middle of the values that I expect, multiply it times 50, and subtract about 25%. And so if it turns out to be a dollar coin, I multiply it times 50 to give me a $50 roll, and then take 25% off, which would turn out to give you a $37.50 roll. So a $37.50 is what I would charge for something like that. That's just a roundabout general way of coming up with a value for a roll of any given date or mint. Random picture time. Here's me, my mother, and my sister about 25 years ago. That doesn't look anything like me anymore, does it? That's back when I was in the Air Force. Random picture time. You never know when I'm going to pull up a random picture. All right, folks, I tell you what, I need to reserve my voice as much as I possibly can. I've got drinks up here to try to help me out. None of them are alcoholic, and I think I'm going to switch over to the alcoholic persuasion at this point, because if I can't get my voice better, I at least want to sleep well. So, well, part of why this is taking me so long is because the list is so long. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I'm up to about number 156, 157 now, identifying coins and working with my team to get them identified. I kept my hair. Yeah, I kept it, but it changed color on me. I don't know. It's turning blonde. Honey whiskey. That's right. That's where I need to be. All right, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a great evening. And I'm going to take off now. Get myself back into a situation where I can control my environment, because I'm feeling rather throated out now. I appreciate it, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a great night.